No, I'm a poor woman that has to buy all of my kit all by myself with no sponsors. I'm not sponsored. We've had this conversation before, but you know what? Welcome back. Johnny, it was only last week.
I know. You know, it's like, can't keep us apart. I've got a bit of cold at the moment. My eyes swell up like someone's bottom in my eye, and I've just got a bit of cold. So if I'm sniffing, don't you foolish people say Nelson's on the nastiness, because I don't do that. I'm just saying, I got a cold. It's happened before.
I can tell you why you've got a cold. Now, viewers, if you don't watch Johnny Nelson's Instagram, you need to, because what's happening at the moment is he's going through a midlife crisis.
What are you talking about?
And what he does is he likes to pose with his shirt off in his garden. And when he goes to the gym, when he does weights in the gym, he can't just put a t-shirt, tracksuit bottoms on. He's got to take his top off.
Let me just verify.
That's why you've got a cold, Johnny.
That's cold.
Garden,
all right, it's
no clothes on.
You see, men of my age and women of my age love to cut the grass. It's called grass bands.
With the top off.
Well, that's what I do. My brother-in-law used to do without his clothes on. That's what he did. I'm like, you weird.
Not on Instagram.
Obviously not on Instagram. So what I do is I appeal to a certain demographic that like to cut their grass and like the prejudice saying, yes, I have done it. So that's what's up. But I had a cold before that.
Is it thirst trap for 80-year-old women?
What do you call it?
A thirst trap. Are you posting thirst traps for older women?
You know what? I went to my friend's do on Saturday, and this woman came, started talking to me.
Did she have her on teeth?
She was 65.
Okay.
And I'm like, what? So all of a sudden, what are you? She was trying to chat me up. 65-year-old woman.
Did she look 65?
Yes.
But then again, what does 65 look like? Because how old are you? You're about what?
65. You ain't doing that stuff. You should be in the club. I was there for a reason. You shouldn't be there. You should take your backside home. I'm like, oh man, nice lady, but I'm not out with her. But what I'm saying is, it just. I thought, what did they see? Do I look 65?
No, but maybe it's an older woman that likes younger men.
Not this kind of young man. No.
Well, maybe you should start posting videos with you with your top off.
Let me just help you.
Mowing the grass, because that might appeal to the older lady. Yeah, well, there you go. Thirst trap.
Hey. Thirst trap. I'm going to use that. I've never heard that before. Thirst trap. Anyway, we should be talking about boxing. Anyway, sorry. Pants, check it out. Grass pants. Check it out.
Thirst trap. Grass pants. For all you older women that are looking for a 58-year-old.
I'm not 58. What are you talking about? You need to scrap that bit out. I'm 56.
Okay. 50. Oh, so you're just 10 years older than me then?
Yes, I am. You're 46. Yeah. When you 47?
Next year.
Next year when?
The end of the year.
Oh, my birthday's January the 4th. If anybody wants to buy me a present.
January the 4th?
Yep.
Capricorn.
That's all.
Good people. My mum was one of them.
See it there? You can't rant with us. We're no foolishness kind of people. Say how it is.
You know what? We need to talk about boxing, or we're going to get rinsed in the comments. What are we in? Like 3 minutes in, and we're talking about you flaunting your chest.
I doing a live thing, and you were proper putting them in their place. I went, go on, Red. You know, I thought, nice. You know, when some man was giving you some stick, he said, well, don't watch, bye. And I just started laughing. I said, good on you. I like how you stand up for yourself, take no shit. And because you're not beholden to anybody, and that's what makes you dangerous. That's what people don't like, because they think, you know, as I said it before, most of you guys are in the interview, they don't want to ask certain questions for fear of not being able to get the interview again. You ask the questions, and you will challenge the answer, and that's why you get respect from people like Eddie, from people like Frank. Even though they might not like it, and certain fighters in a certain position, they may not like it, so you've got to tread carefully. But what I'm saying is, good on you. I like you. Set the bar.
No, thank you. I appreciate that. I haven't got Frank yet, but he's definitely one on my hit list. I did speak to him at the off camera.
Yeah, I know what you did. You massaged his ego.
No, but
how good he did.
I'll tell you what, he can have it. Give him the credit where it's due. I'm not ashamed to do that either.
Yeah, you know, and that's what I'm saying. I like that style. I think. Talk loud when you do that, so all these people that are watching, waiting for interviews, they'll think, you know what, I wonder if I've got the bottle to do that. So good on you.
Natasha, Jonas, Michaela Mayer. Next to Katie Taylor, I would say this is an absolutely brilliant name for Natasha to have on her record. Ex-fighter, pundit, expert in the sport, Johnny. What do you think about it?
I think it's a great fight. I think the debate up there was making him 3-minute rounds, and I love that. I think it must happen eventually with female fights, because it's 2-minute rounds, and Matt's argument was, will it be as exciting? I think the 3-minute rounds will make a difference in a lot of decisions that are made, because some fighters it doesn't suit. That sprint suits them, the 2 minutes suits them. 3 minutes you see more knockouts, more skill, more discipline, mental, physical, attitude will change, and I think it would be such a game changer. So for this fight with those two on this stage, to make it a 3-minute, make it 3-minute rounds, I think they should. Now Michaela wants it. Natasha had no idea about it, so now Natasha's like, well, like, she trained in the gym that way. Set the bar. I think it'd still be exciting. I think it'd be more exciting. Certain fighters, I don't think it does suit the 3-minute round. I actually think Katie Taylor, she boxed at the weekend, outstanding again. I think she's a goddess in Ireland. She's done an amazing job. But I actually think the 3-minute rounds would probably not suit her, because she's got it down to a T. She's got that sprint, that 2-minute rounds down to a T. I actually think she's a fighter that it wouldn't suit. So certain results could change around. But for these two seasoned fighters that actually, they're advocating for it, I think they should, because then it'll set the bar. I've been watching all over social media. It must be an anniversary. Sugar Ray Leonard against Donnie Lalonde. Sugar Ray Leonard was boxing for the new, it was a WBO, it was for the super middleweight title. And right then, the super middleweight division had just come in, so it didn't really get the respect. People like poo-pooed it now, and he put in an amazing performance, stopping Donnie Lalonde, who was a light heavyweight, stepping down to super middle. Sugar Ray stepping up to super middle. But I actually think, at the time when they tried to poo-poo super middle and get out of the way, now look at the super middleweight division. It's perfect. I think with these girls here, they need to make a statement saying, right, we want them to be 3-minute rounds, and I think it'll make this fight even more tantalising, even more interesting.
I think Amanda Serrano, when she went up against Katie Taylor when they had the press conference in London, I think it was last year now, Amanda was keen to, she was an advocate for the 3-minute rounds, and Katie was sort of like, no, let's just keep it to the 2. That's like you said, it's not necessarily...
It won't suit certain fighters, and that's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying to you is, I remember in the amateurs, I hated 2-minute rounds. And, I hated 2-minute rounds because I'm too long and gangly. I've got to get into that thing. But then, and slowly but surely, if you're a marathon runner, you start to pick it up towards the back end of the rounds, start to pick it up as the rounds roll on. If you're a sprinter, 2-minute rounds is perfect for you. And that's why I think certain fighters that win at 2 minutes will not win at 3 minutes. And fighters understand that. Fighters watching this will think, yeah, he has got a point there. Certain fighters that don't want it to be 3 minutes will say, nah, we don't need it, let's stick to 2 minutes.
But doesn't it create more of a, I don't know, say for example you're saying that certain fighters it suits, certain fighters it doesn't suit, then it will raise a question over, well, she only had 2 minutes, what if it went to 3 minutes like such and such did?
That's what I'm
saying. Then it's all mixed up and jumbled up.
It's not mixed up, because what happens is if you set that bar and fighters get in there and they say, I want it to be 3-minute rounds, and make it public like Michaela did up there.
Okay.
Right, Natasha had no idea that was on the table. Ben did. And so Natasha had no idea. So Natasha's like, when we interviewed her, yeah, I'll do that. So we could see something different here. I know Matt was saying it's more exciting having 2-minute rounds, but you also get exciting 3-minute round fights. You'll get more knockouts.
Okay.
That's when you will really see the true talent and class of fighters, when they've got to use stamina, skill, pace, hand-eye coordination, distance, mental discipline, and that's what the 3-minute, that extra minute, makes so much of a difference. Doing it over 10 rounds, over 12 rounds, it makes a massive difference.
So the fight then, obviously, is scheduled for 2 minutes, 2 minutes 10.
So
far. At 147. Talk to us about the styles of each fighter and how you see the fight going. A non-biased, Johnny.
So Michaela's a big unit. She's stepping into the weight. I think she's 2 weights down before this, so she'll be very comfortable with this. She said she gives herself 10 weeks training camp for a fight. And it's not about losing weight; it's about training for the fight. So I think it'll suit her. She'll probably wish she'll wonder why she didn't do it before. For Natasha, she stepped into the weight division. But Tasha's punching punching power has been underrated. And if you stand there in front of her, the body shots, the shots that she can pull off, she's got them there. She might not have the speed. The time might have dropped. Remember, she's the older fighter. But I think these two fighters would actually, they'll meet in the middle of the ring. Michaela likes to try, and she's saying, "Don't bully me." And Natasha will think, "I'll bully you, all right," because it suits Natasha because she's the older one. She'll want to stand there and have a tear up and sling it out, and that's why I think these two are so well matched. Michaela has the ability to box, but you can see also she's got that spike enough where she wants to fight. So I actually think I'm looking forward to it.
A question that I asked Savage earlier. Natasha has fought at this weight. She's more established at this weight. Michaela said that she's comfortable at this weight. However, it's her first fight, and obviously it's a championship fight. Could that be a hindrance?
No, because remember, a lot of fighters, if they struggle to make the lower weight, and now all of a sudden they've got the opportunity to not have to diet, not have to struggle to get down to the weight, I think it suits Michaela. She's got the height, got the shoulders, she's got the build to carry the weight to fight, and I'm quite sure she trains at the weight a lot. Just before she has to boil down to get to whatever weight she has to get down to. So I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference until she stood toe-to-toe, with those small gloves on, and she's getting whacked by somebody with those small, and that's when the reality is, wow. I used to squeeze to get into cruiserweight, and when I could have done heavyweight, but I thought if I can get into cruiserweight and still be strong, still be fit, I can bang. But to heavyweight, I'd just be one of many. You know what I mean? So why am I getting in there with the big boys when I'm not everything's not to my advantage? I'm not going to get in someone that's taller than me, more powerful than me, more heavy than me, got a bigger punch than me, because I'm working on a deficit. But at cruiserweight, I could make the weight. So I was like the biggest, even though you look at people like Richard now, you think, Jesus Christ, you weren't that size when I was at cruiserweight. I was stronger. I was faster. I had a longer reach. And so you work to your advantage. So that's why the weight is, for these two here, the weight will be comfortable. But I think for Michaela, the first time she's getting in there with somebody with the small gloves at the heavier weight, it'll be something to get used to.
And that's what I was saying, because she's going straight in for a championship fight. I mean, it's good to see Michaela back over here. She's getting interviewed at the moment. It's nice to see that, boxers creating these opportunities. And Michaela seems to be, even though she's a top-ranked fighter, she seems to make these appearances and comes over and fights on the Boxer card. The relationship then that Boxer Sky Sports has with Top Rank, let us know a little bit about that, and could we expect and could we possibly have some more Top Rank American fighters, the boys as well, that they've got over here?
So in this situation here, the fighters, if they are the ones that make it quite clear, I want to fight you, when A and B are together, the fighters in front of each other to say, we want to get this fight on, then the onus is on the promoters to get it done. It's usually good to keep them apart, because it's like when we was up there, Natasha didn't know Michaela wanted 3-minute rounds. So once the fighters know, then it's down to promoters to say, look, I look like I'm being obstructive. I look like I'm the one that's spoiling this. So good. Let people talk to each other, and it could happen again. It won't be on a regular tip, but it could happen again once fighters understand what's available and what their opponent wants.
I want to touch on just quickly on the last week's card, the card that was in Wolverhampton. Yeah. Give us a quick breakdown on the fight that you enjoyed the most and why.
Tyler. I like Tyler's story, because afterwards I saw him up for breakfast in the hotel. I went, listen to me. The money you've made, put a deposit on a house. Don't pack in your job. Put a deposit on a house. Change the direction of your life. Now I know he's got his baby mother. She lives in the house. He lives in a flat with his woman now. Put a deposit on a house.
You airing out his business like that?
No. But what I'm saying is, I want him to be responsible and make responsible decisions. Many times I've seen fighters to get one good win, say, right, I'm packing in. I'm just going to box full time. I said, use your money wisely. Spend a little money on a holiday. Give your mum a little something. And then put your money on a house. Put a deposit on a house. And then in the next fight, pay a chunk off your house. What I'm saying is, change the direction. You will see the successes. It's all right going out and buying a car and a piece of bling or a piece of something like that. Yeah. I'm telling you now, I've seen it so many times. Put a little bit of tax away on that fight, and then his next fight, Because in reality, I actually think, Tyler, you've got to think, I think that's his ceiling, and what he's achieved, I think, is brilliant. But in the European circuit, there's some tough fights out there. So in reality, I think, you know what, you have done a row of the rovers. You've reached the highest of the high. So you want to look at each fight like, right, this fight might be my last fight, and make it off it. And so if you fight like a hungry fighter, you prepare and you prep, you take the pressure off you on a domestic scene, domestically, then each time you're going to fight, you'll enjoy yourself. You'll make the most of it.
One thing I will say about Tyler Denny is he definitely lives for the sport.
Yeah.
Don't underestimate him, because he will go on, he will fight to the death in that ring, and like you said, he's got the personality to go with it. 2024, I know we're ending this year with CBS Masternack. Talk to us about the future 2024 for Boxer.
Okay, so 10th of December down in Bournemouth, CBS is fine. I think 2024 we're going to see a union. It depends on if he wins. We'll see Richard Riakpo in there again with CBS, or we'll see the emergence of Lawrence Okoli again if Master Knight wins. But what's gonna happen is A's gonna fight B and B's gonna fight C, and this is gonna happen. So Lawrence is sat by the wayside, let this fight go on. He's still there, and it's just nice to see. So eventually these three are going to be in there with each other, and I like that. We've got on the 20th of January in Liverpool with Natasha and Michaela, 3rd of February in London with Boatsi and Aziz. And I actually like, now these things are happening. Each month we'll get them done. I know there's a big show out in Saudi on the 17th. You know, and look, as a fight fan, you're spoiled for choice. I like that. And so at least, you know, be careful what you wish for, because now you ain't got nothing to complain about.
We'd like to see some boxer fighters. I know, like you said, you had the likes of Martin Bakoli out there in Saudi, but we would definitely like to see some boxer fighters, if possible, on the undercard for Fury Usyk, Fury.
And I'm quite sure this can happen. And what I like about what they've done out in Saudi Arabia, they basically said, I'm not holding no allegiance from that promoter to that promoter to that promoter. I'm going to make you all work together.
Absolutely.
You've not got the keys to the kingdom. You haven't. So if the fight is there, fight is ready. You know what? The opportunity's there, and I like that.
Johnny, we're going to end on a final note. Remember that time when we were at the Mayweather, whatever fight they like to call them, exhibition fight, and I said to you, what do you think about all of the UK promoters getting together? And you said, it will never happen. Mm-hmm. Do you want to eat your words?
I'll eat my words, but you know what? Money talks. Money talks, man. Them man will be like, urgh. You know the amount of egos that were in that room thinking money talks, which is good. And this is what I'm saying. It took something like this to get them to say, well, I bet I shot my mouth. You know, so money talks, so good. It's happened. I'd like to do a gloves are off with them though. That'd be wicked.
Oh yeah, it would be.
Enough people would be getting some.
Will we ever see the Jarrell Miller, Anthony Joshua gloves are off in the archives? Will that ever come out?
No.
Why?
When you turn the camera up, I tell you. But no, it won't.
Okay. All right then. Listen, October Red, Johnny Nelson, the dynamic duo. Please put some clothes on when you cut in the grass. Me fed up as to see the old man I cut him grass with no damn clothes on, scaring the poor people them on Instagram.
That's how we roll, baby. That's how we roll. You'll be doing it.
No, we don't talk about.
People say I'm toxic, and honestly, I don't care.